Welcome, welcome, welcome again. Yes, we are so grateful to God that it's a privilege to come to stand before His people. It will always be an honor to carry the message for those who are willing to receive it. Yes, we thank God for everything. Yes, I have a very simple question. Very, very simple question. Who have heard from God before? Who have heard from God before? Though you heard God speaking to you. It's a very simple question. Very, very simple question. Who have heard from God before? Okay. Bring Rachel. Bring Rachel.
Yes, Prophet. I don't know if you mean audibly or just with other different means, because for me, I can ask God something, then maybe I open
No,
the
no, no,
Bible,
no. I'm not talking
or you
about
mean
that.
audibly.
You hear God talking to you, like
Okay, there's one
instructing you.
time,
Yes.
before I knew you, Prophet, I was following Prophet TB Joshua. So I was sick at night.
Mm.
I was very, very sick. I did not even know whether it's high blood pressure. I was feeling just sick totally.
Yes.
Then I took my iPad. I slept on it because I could not. I did not want to go to hospital because one time I was already in the hospital. They checked my heart, checked everything. They said I'm okay. So I did not want to go to hospital. I
Mm.
took my iPad. I slept on it as Prophet TB Joshua was speaking.
Mm.
So as he was praying for the people, I was in deep sleep, but I heard a voice telling me, "Wake up." I did not even understand is the voice from outside, but I was feeling like it's inside of me. I could not explain, but I heard "wake up," but it's coming from me, not that the prophet
Okay,
saying
when
"wake
they
up."
say to you, wake up, what happened?
Yes, I woke up, Prophet,
Uh,
and then I heard the prophet now is praying for sick people. I woke up immediately, then I started praying. Then I was asking myself, where did this voice come from? But as the prophet prayed, I felt something going out of my body, like something just lifted and went. Then I continued praying. As the prayer is continuing, I continued to pray. And
yeah.
up until today, Prophet, that high blood pressure that wanted to get me that time, I don't have it, but my brother, my sister, my mother, my father, they have that blood pressure, but I don't have it. And
Thank
I
you.
thank God for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think we thank God that you came from out of inherited disease. Thank you very much.
Yes, Prophet.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Anyone else? Let us go to Pastor Daniel in America. Let us hear from him. Yes, Bishop, good afternoon in America.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I greet all of you.
Yes, sir.
Prophet, thank you so much for this privilege.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember years back
Yes.
when I was in my sleeping, and then I saw a crowd of people. I was in the house. I entered in the crowd of people. I
Yes.
was following, not knowing where I was going.
Yes.
Then suddenly I grasped the hand of someone who was on my side. I said, by the way, where you people are we going? And they told me that, don't you know that is the hand of the world? I said, oh, I did not know I was just asleep. Then I joined them, walking together. So when we arrived at a certain point, there was a tie road, and nobody could cross other side. So when I asked people to open the way for me to go forward, then when I arrived there, I found Evangelist who was standing. Now I want to cross. He asked me, where are you going? I say, can't you see that is the end of the world and everybody is crossing? I want also to cross. He says to me, look behind you. I look behind. You see the crowd? I say, yes. You must return, go back, bring these people here. Then you can cross. I say, no. Lord, it is impossible. You can see the crowd of people. How the time for me to leave here to get at the back and then to bring those people here, it's going to be too late. I'm not going to find you. Now it starts like we are discussing between him and I. Then he took a red pen. He said, give me your hand. I give him my hand. He put a cross on my left hand on top of my tongue. Then finally, I found that I have to obey. He said to me, now go. I return. Now I start telling people, please make fast, run fast, leave some luggage, leave this, remove this. Now let's go. The Lord is there at the front, is waiting for us. Then I wake up. But I was very young, prophet, to be honest. I did not understand what the meaning of that. It was 1980 something. So I neglected that vision. I neglected until one day I was praying and fasting. Then that vision came back to me. Did you do what I've sent you for? I say, oh, I remember, but I was very young and then I did not have anybody who could give me the meaning and to lead me in things of God, in prayer, seeking the Lord, and to understand what the Lord wanted to do, to explain to me. Now, from that time now, I say, okay, I have also to interact with men of God so I can develop that the Lord has given me for this to bear fruit, so other people also, they can profit.
Thank you. Thank you. That shows now you're a pastor.
Yes, Pastor, a prophet.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
For
much.
obeying the word. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Mulowe, I have a message for you. Your wife was against you when you told her that you stop drinking. And she was really, really against you. She's really not believe. And she said she took a year for you to believe that really you are a changed boy. Only today she able to confess to me. I know all the women have difficult to believe their husband. You know, I want to tell you something very, very easy. Men are very good. What are good? When they make a decision, they mean it. When a man tells you that I'm going to church, believe me, he's going to church. Believe me. When a man says, I've finished whatever I've done now, I'm going to church. Believe me, it's very difficult to take out that man from church. I've noticed that for my journey with the people. But women are wedders. Men can be drinking, do all sorts of things in their life, but the day they will tell you that I finish all, I'm going to church. Believe me, 90% they remain in church. I've seen it all. They can be rascals, they can be do whatever they're doing, is okay. But the day God will meet them is like Paul. They never return. But you mothers, hey, Pilu. Though it's very important to understand what I'm trying to explain to you. the decision a man makes, it mean it. Very few who fail. But most of them, when they say, I'm going to church, believe me, and they're not going to be jumping up and down that he goes there, he goes, no. When it means that I'm here in this church, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. In fact, it's you mothers who take out the men from the church. But them, when they say, I'm here, they're there. Though it's very, very, very critical. Do your own assessment. I know because you don't have time to do your your assessment. You are going to see that it's very rare a man when he say I'm in here, it's very rare for him to leave. Only you women, because you follow friends. When your friend has gone there and you want to convince your husband, you don't love me, you don't follow me on church, you don't love me. Who told you that to love a woman must follow him in the church? You think love comes from the church? No. Do your own assessment. You're going to tell me. A man, when he decides that I'm here, is there. Only you, man, when you go to your friend, oh, I'm visiting my friend church, I'm visiting this. You say, oh no, yeah, they speak in tongues. Oh, they speak in this. Don't you see now, the man now, because of your noise, even if following that church, not going to go there because he just want noise. Just go and sit down there because it's not there. But I'm wondering, normally, is the man must lead the woman to the church. But these days, is women leading men to the church? I don't know. Though a man, when he decides to follow God, is very rare. Yes, we do make mistakes, but not really. But you mothers, yes, kamuchaba. Right now, even when you live here, you are going to go to attend another church. Yesterday, we attended another church. Today, in the morning, we attend another church. I don't know what you are looking for. I don't know. You are everywhere. Even other people sending me, hey, look this one. Look. Me, I'm telling you, let me tell you my secret. I don't follow anyone. And don't envy anyone. So all my mind I do, I'm unique. I'm not left, I'm not right. I'm not competing with anyone. You wear your long shoes, that is your shoes. You wear your long hair, that is your hair. I think I'm not moved to anything. I'm not. I can appreciate, I can say, oh, it's good. But my good is just a normal one. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to look for it, that to have it. Never. I'm telling from the bottom of my heart. Never. And I don't follow, oh, Pastor Daniel, I've done this, I want to do this. Never. Do you know why? Who knows why I ask you, have you heard from God before? Who knows? Who can tell me why I ask this question? Who knows why I ask this question? Oh, let's go to Pastor Daniel. And we'll go also to Rashida. Let's go to Pastor Daniel. Yes, Pastor Daniel, why I asked that question?
Yeah, Prophet, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not 100% sure
Yes.
the answer that I have to give.
Yes, give
is
your...
to see
Yes.
if truly you're still walking. If I'm still working on what I've heard from the Lord, and if I'm still working in that field where the Lord has planted me.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's go to Rashida.
Good evening, Prophet.
Good evening, madam.
You asked that question because if you hear from God, all you need is God. You don't need anybody else.
Thank you. Anyone else? So let's go to Kilebohile. Yeah.
Good evening, Prophet.
Good evening, ma.
I think the reason why you're asking that question is that, if you've heard from God regarding your purpose, then you rely on Him and again, things will be easier for you because you'll be dependent on God. You do whatever is required by God, but not by man.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. Well, how do you get this answer?
It's revelation, Prophet.
Thank you.
Mm. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is like she said, is where we are so confused. We are very confused, all of us, even including pastor, bishop, archbishop, whatever call them. We are very confused. Why we are confused is because without God opinion in your life, there's nothing you're going to make. Because anything that God tells you, even look tough, even look is delaying, but if you do according to what instructed you, it's going to come to pass. Is where all of us were failed. We're failed because we want to hear from man. But man doesn't know the second opinion of God. What I mean, man does not know what is going to happen tomorrow. But God is the one who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. And most of the time, we are very, very, very failing. Is because we copy and paste what you see from someone and what you want to implement. Even you say to yourself, I can do it better than her or than him, because maybe I'm more educated, maybe I have more resources, maybe I have more power, or more beautiful, or more whatever. But you see, as human being come to this world, first things that must remember that you are unique and you have your unique mission to achieve. Especially I'm talking to so much to our mothers, our sisters, our friends, and our wife. You are so confused because you copy and paste. When I've seen that Anik have done this, you look Anik and say, but I'm more, than whatever. I think I can do this better than her. I can get this better than her. It's not like that. I want from today, everybody must ask God's opinion in their life, like what our sister defined. Because the day you are going to know the God opinion in your life, you are going to see when you are going to apply it, though how long it takes, how difficult it is, how trouble it may take. But if you really hear clearly from God that God wanted to take this way, please hold on in that way. Is where people have failed. They can go ahead to do what can do better for them, but most of the time you reach in a crossing road. It can move nicely, but at the end of the day, it becomes tough. But what God instructs you to do, really from the beginning, is very tough, very difficult, very challenging. I mean, like it's not working. But as you pursue, you hold on, you see one day that situation become very smooth. Though that you see many people have changed churches is because of he stayed 2 days in church, he doesn't get what you're looking for. Tomorrow he move to that church, tomorrow he move to that church, tomorrow he move to that church. Believe me, the church has no solution for human being. But your heart has solution for yourself. Because it's the heart that God is connected, not the church. A church is the gathering of the saints where we go and pray together as a gathering. But most of the time, our homework has more significant before God. So, stop copying and paste. Stop. I mean, like, I'll give a very small example. You come from that corner, Rosemary comes from that corner. And by God's grace, you come and meet at WCCC. But after 2 days, Rosemary found another church and will come and call Mapoto. Hey, I found something better than what we are getting here. And Mapoto just, with not even trying to do his own assessment, straight away he follow Rosemary to that church. But when you look at yourself, you came along to this church, and you know why are you in this church. It's only God determined when He's going to visit you. But believe me, for God to be visited, to visit you, it doesn't come overnight. It's according to your heart. We have many people that don't go to church, but they're getting a lot of solution than the people go to church every day. As long as their heart put their trust in God and follow every instruction that God gives you to them, the end of the day, I want to give you a very big illustration. When Abraham was waiting to be blessed, it took him 99 years. And after the blessing came from one child, Isaac. But the day God wanted to multiply the blessings of Abraham, God called Abraham. He said to him, today you are not going to bring a sheep. Today you must take this boy and bring him to sacrifice him. The same way you sacrifice the sheep, the same way you sacrifice this boy. Rhodes, my friend, God did not talk to Sarah. But remember that Abraham could not get Isaac without Sarah. In fact, I don't know if the child is for Abraham, but Sarah will know that is a child because that one bear the child. But you see, God did not tell Sarah that he must allow the husband to sacrifice the boy. But God said to Abraham, bring the boy. I don't know what could happen if Pastor Daniel, God could tell him this kind of instruction. I don't know if Pastor Daniel will go and consult the wife, my Daniel, or as Dixon, or who's the Fichani, or Francis Bong. But because of the revelation, the high revelation Abraham had, when he had instruction from God, Abraham said, if my wife will know, God himself must go and tell my wife. Because if Abraham could go and break the news, say, my God say that must bring the child to him to sacrifice, believe me, before Abraham wake up the following day, the child was gone already. They could run away already. They could run away already. But because he had a high revelation, he said, I love my wife, but if God wants to talk to my wife, let him tell him, because if I go and break this kind of news to my wife, to tell him that Mulowe, God wants our boy, I don't think so. You could succeed that mission. To tell you that everyone here, he has his own mission God has given him. It's up to you to take it or leave it. Abraham did not go back and break the news to the wife and go ahead and take the child. But listen to me. When the blessing came, God blessed everyone from the Abraham family after himself alone risked. The why I ask you that questions is because many people, you make a lot of noise. Oh, I'm praying. No. Prayer is a conversation between you and God. When you say hello, God must respond hello before you tell him what you want. But most of the time, when you say, hello God, I want a husband, I want money, I want a child, I want this, I want that, amen. Did you hear God answering? No. It's very important for you to start opening a dialogue. They call it a dialogue. The when you speak, you also listening. When you begin to hear this, first of all, from the beginning, is going to be very little voice that you cannot hear. But as time goes on, you begin to understand that this God is talking. I told you that we hear 4 voices. The first voice that you hear is your own voice. You talk to yourself. The second voice that you hear is the voice of your neighbors or your friends around you. The third voice you hear the voice of the devil. And the last voice, you hear God's voice. I think Kamoyo is sleeping or is writing. Now, the same way, all these 4 voices, they speak to you in the same place. That is, people confuse. The devil is talking to him, but he thinks God was talking to. You're talking to yourself, you think God is talking to. You hear the voice of your friend, you think God is talking. It's where we're confused. To hear God's voice is a voice that is all discernment. And if really God spoken to you, and hear exactly what God is saying, and apply it according to how He have said it, believe me. I just want to give a very small example, especially to Botswana. Rosemary's witness. When we're inside the garage, and the landlord came and said, we must vacate the place. I don't lie to you, that was the 4th place I was being chased. I was in Matebele, they chased me. I was in Pakalan, they chased me. I was in Maruapula, they chased me. And I went now to Tokweng in the garage. As I was there, the landlord said I must leave the place. But I pay rent. I say I don't need your rent. You must just leave my place. That time the church, because most of the time when I found a place, the church will grow. But after the church grow, the landlord will change his mind. I must leave the place. Though I was paying the rent. Now that particular time, I must leave. And I don't know where to go. And yes, the church was growing, but there was no money. Rosemary was very poor at that time. There was no money to go and rent a warehouse. Now I asked myself, because what I was getting advantage to the garage, I stay in the house and I use the garage. Told myself I was paying all this rent, but at least I stay in the house and I use the garage to make. But now I must leave the garage. And my family that time it began to grow. I think that time I already have 2 boys. I said, now where I'm going to go now? And I said to God, I don't have money to rent a warehouse. I don't have money to move. And God showed me a vision. He showed me a tent, a big tent, white, beautiful tent. And he said to me, I want to get this picture and place it inside that garage in the wall. And tell the members that well, you are moving from here and are going to that tent. But the problem is, where are going to put the tent? That was the question. Where the tent, where are going to put the tent? And Rosemary knows about the tent on the wall. Where's Rati? He's sleeping. He knows about the tent on the wall. I said to them, we're going to go to this tent, but I don't know where we're going to put the tent. As I was waiting, God talked to me. Opposite the house was a bush, big bush, trees. And one day God said to me, you are going to cross to that bush. And I inquired. And whatever happened, happened. And we crossed to that bush. This is where you saw me, where I was praying. I said, God, you're the one I've given this place. We have no money. You're going to give us money. I said, no government, no land board will take us out of this place. If I ask Mapoto, if you can pray that kind of prayer, I don't know if it's going to work for her. Because I had the confidence. God is saying I must cross there, and whatever is going to happen to where I'm going is not my problem. It's God's problem. That's the confidence that I had. That's the confidence that I had. I don't know my friend Francis Bong is able to go kind of a situation like this. Though I said to him, I crossed. This woman, this mother of mine, he knows the whole story, how it is. He knows. I don't want to talk more than much. She knows what happened. We crossed. I crossed the nanny, and I began to pray. I said to you, you are the one I've given us here. I said, no government, no land board, and we have no money, but you're going to give us money. Those who get that kind of prayer, they don't know why I was praying. I was just confirming what God told me. I must speak it louder that I can able to confirm it, because to remove fear for what God instructed me. Thank God Pastor Daniel has been in that church before. It happened like that. And today is a history. It's not only the church is there, The hospital is there, and God is still building what He wants to build. But for us to reach there, Rosemary is there, everyone is there who knows the secret. It was not easy. It was not something that you wake up in the morning, you do it. But you see, I still remember in 2014, when they came and removed the whole fence. They say they're going to push the church. I said, go ahead and push it. We have done what God told me to do. The rest is no longer my problem. You see, is a level that must reach of God. Is a level that I'm trying to train you. You see, I'm teaching something very, very deep. Very, very deep. This is the deepest secret of a Christianity. Many of you, God has spoken to you before, but you are afraid the instruction God has given you. You fail to do it. Is that you are in the wilderness. You're just wandering. Many of you are here. I don't want to point to finger. God has spoken to you, instructed you what to do, but you are afraid to do it because of A, B, C, D. Now, like you have no vision, you are just wandering around. You think, let me go to this man of God, pray for me. No, the vision of human being does not come from a man of God. Come from you yourself. Come from you yourself. Remember, I was in a foreign land. I still in a foreign land. I was there. And after when God pushed me, I know it's God made that everywhere I go, the landlord must chase me. We're not doing anything. And was pushing me until he reached the place that is where you have to go here. But remember, it happened in Matebele. I moved to Pakalane, I moved to Marapula, and I moved to Tokweng. And he said to me, the landlord must leave the place. I said, I'm tired. I've moved too much. I don't know where to go. And when he was there, he said to me, he showed me first a tent. I said, you see this tent? And that tent was in China. I've never been in China before, and very expensive. He said, this is the tent, you're going to pitch it. And now I asked myself, we're going to pitch the tent. After that, God said to me, across the house. I said, but when we wanted to cross there, do you know what happened? Two people from Norway, they give me, before get that tent, give me two tent. And that to gather together and where we started. But one day, the storm came, it threw away the whole tent. And God brought that exact the tent that went in, where Mafichani came in. And after they went in that tent, God said to me, I must build a tabernacle. Remember what happened? When I prayed, the tabernacle, that 2010, the tabernacle was not there. It was a tent. After that, we moved to another tent. After when we moved to another tent, God said, now you must go to build a tabernacle. Francis Bon, can you listen to what I'm talking about? Is where we went to the tabernacle. Now we started the tabernacle of all this kind of challenge, thank God, my future witness. But what happened? For us to go inside the tabernacle, the same rain came, a very powerful, because the church was everywhere now, no place. The same rain came. He came, tear the tent, break everything. And the church is not yet finished. Only a roof, no paving down, no windows, no doors. I said, what it is? And it was a Saturday. Though Sunday, we have nowhere to put people, and people came. And I said, God said, what are you waiting for? Go inside the church. Is where he went inside the tabernacle with no window, no door, no paving, no ceiling. Is where we moved inside that church. It's a history. Rachel, any question? It's a history now. It's a history. Pastor Daniel, that is in a foreign land. It's a history. We don't want to say more than that, but it's a history. Though if you want to make it in your life, first of all, identify God's voice. Don't listen to people. Listen to God's voice. Do exactly what God tells you to do. Regardless how tough, difficult, hard. I mean, when I'm talking about, people knows what I went through. But I was not intimidated. All the intimidation came, but I was not moved because I heard clearly what God said. And I was standing on what God says until today. Now, why I'm here in South Africa? My friend think I ran away. I did not run away. In 2014, December, I heard God say, I must move to South Africa, but must go to the farm. Yes, I visited South Africa, I don't know South Africa. But by God's grace, God brought people from South Africa to be member of the church. And I approached them. I said to them, I need a land in South Africa, but in the farm. They said, why? You want to go to the farm? Your church is well known. Are you able to stay in the farm? I said, no. I didn't tell them that God said I must go to the farm. I said, I just want to be in the farm. It didn't take them time. They came, they found this place, and they found another place, this area. But these people found this place. They don't stay here. They stay in Johannesburg. How they found this place, I don't know. They invited me to come and see. And I came here with a suicide people who did not, no one knew. The people came with me. I told them, we're going somewhere, but let it be in your heart. No wife, no husband, no one here about this. We came with them as a suicide mission. We started the year. Here was a bush. I said to the guy who came with me, you, when I'm talking to the people they cannot know what I'm doing. You take an on to the water, because there's a bush. Plant every corner of this place. He did that. When he finished, I said, let's go. And he take us to another place. We went there. We saw the place, but I didn't want to tell the people that is not the place. And I said to the people, let's go back. And we came back here. I took a sticker, I placed this place. And we contacted the owner. The owner gave us the price, but we do not have the money. But what I said to the people, I say, God have given you this place. The money, no money, we're going to get this place. As we went through, because no money. A week before I get the money, I received a call from my lawyer here. He said to me, forget about it because the place has been taken away. Who will find another place for you? I said to the lawyer, you are lying. That place belonged to me. He said, but how come? But the owner, he said, we're getting the money already. How? He said, the place belonged to you. I said, okay, we shall see. After a week, that person did not pay the money, but the bank promised him to give him money. But when went the day that supposed to give him money, the bank declined. They say they cannot give loan to somebody who's buying a vacant land. Because even when he cannot pay the money, they cannot take the land that is vacant because they have no value. How are they going to resell the land? Though they cannot give him the money. After that, I did not know because I was that side, is where I received a call. I said, oh, the owner has come here to see me that is ready to give the place. It happened at January. Now, I said to the people who start building here, because I knew I'm moving here. In May, we open here. And in July, Mafichani decided to close the church. Why we're able to cross this side. So that you can see that it was done already before I came here. I already knew that we don't blame people close the church. That even I was telling you that day, a small door is closed, the big door is open. And no one knew what I was trying to explain to my portal. Though is where you must learn from today. You must listen to God. You must hear from God. But when I came here, it was not easy because it was winter time. I was sleeping in the church for some time before we built our house. And today, we are here by God's grace. Though, I'm trying to explain to you this, that because we are so blind as we are walking, we are just, oh, I'm fasting, I'm praying, I'm doing this. Yes, it's true. But have you heard from God before? God had a question. Have you heard from God before? Or you only follow the crowd? The same way like Pastor Daniel said, go back. Don't follow the crowd. Because if you follow that crowd, you don't even know where you're going. That they say, go back. That you can be able to do exactly what God told you to do. Is where all of us here were very confused. If you listen to God very well and do every instruction, even giving, I'm underlining this one, giving. When God said to you, give this, don't ask question, why should you give this? Don't give to impress people, but give as God told you to give. Can it be small? Can it be very big? It's not your business. Because God only uses what you have. John Paul, are you together? God only uses the little one who have. The same like the woman and the widow, they asked him from the prophet, what do you have in the house? I have nothing, but only have a little oil. He said, go and use it. And it made beyond his living. Though Don't ask question why I'm here in South Africa. I'm here in South Africa because God wanted me to be here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to stay here forever or I'm going to move somewhere else. Now, I don't want to wake up in the morning and say I'm going somewhere else. No, I must wait to get another instruction. As he's going to instruct me, is where I can move. I can do anything else. It's not because I just want to be here or I just want to be in Botswana. No, it's because the one who's leading me is the one I'm waiting for to hear from him. Why? It's because I don't want to fail. I can have the ability to say, because of this, I can move myself to go somewhere else. Yes, I can, but am I going to succeed where I'm going? I'm going to succeed where I'm going. Yes, the church, like Mama Wuni said, the church, there's no people come to the church. None of my business. This church, when you ask Rosemary, will tell you, was very small. These were gathering in South Africa, is very big. How it became big, I don't know. How it became back small, I don't know. How people following the whole world, I don't know. This we are doing here is God instructing me now. There are going to be a disease, are going to come. You are not going to be having choir, not going to be meeting people face to face. You must go and create this interactive. It's where I came to create this platform. Before this whole COVID came, I already done this. It's where you see that there's nothing stopping. It's moving because I'm following instructions. It's where all of us were failing. I have money, I can do this. I have the ability, I can do this. I have to do this, I can. No. It's not about you. It's about the one who sent you. I think my friend Francis Bong can listen what I'm talking to. It's not about you. You can have the money, you can have the ability, you can have everything, but for you to succeed, you must wait for the instruction. And the instruction is going to help you. That where you go, regardless how tough, how difficult, how hard, by the end of the day, you will make it. God will send an angels to bring solution for you. Any questions so far? Because I received, let me finalize now. I had many pastors, many bishops all over the world wanted me to be like their leaders. Believe me, God said to me, He don't want me to have many churches. Those have their own church, I can help them to lead their own church. But me, I'm not going to have more churches. That you see, I only have one church. How is one church? Because Botswana and South Africa is only one church. It's not two churches. It's one church. So, if I wanted to have churches, I could have plenty of churches all over the world. But because even Evelyn wanted me to start a church in Canada. But because God told me that I cannot have churches. If you want me to have churches, I'll go ahead. But so far now, guys, I will not be instructed to make churches. So I cannot go ahead and make churches. I have a lot of suggestions. Many people, I say, want to start a church. in your name here. We want to reach the church in your name here. We want to reach the church in your name here. In fact, I'll shock you. Even the country where I'm coming from, I don't have a church. I don't have a church. In fact, they don't know me. And I don't want to be known without God make me known. So, is where I'm trying to underline to you. I mean, country all over the world. Even Dominique wanted me to start a church there. It's true, but I'll not be instructed by God that I must start a church there. I start a church there. Though the power of God is so immense in me, I can pray from here, Jesus get the power. I can pray for here, it goes to Australia. Even my friend, Pastor Felix, it could be, first I could be my church then in Australia. Even my friend, Pastor Tomo, he wanted me to be, this Tomo church be my church. I mean, plenty. But you see, I cannot do it. I can help you to sustain your church, but it cannot be my church. It's because I was not being instructed by God to have as many churches as I can. Though these are the principles many of us will miss. But if I could not understand how God operates, I could be having many churches all over the world. Even other pastors get offended when I say to them, no, I cannot. You cannot put your church in my name. Even Bishop Mulowe wanted me to start a church in Tanzania. He started a church in my name. I say, no, God did not tell me to start churches. We call it discipline. We call it discipline. If I wanted to have church, I could have plenty church. I already have a wonderful pastor in Dominica, Pastor John Paul. I could take him to be my pastor in my church in the Dominica. But you see, God did not instruct me. I know I'm answering you, many people, because many of you wanted me to start church. Even in Sero and Kam wanted to start a church on my name. But I say, God did not tell me to start a church. But I can support any pastor who want to sustain his ministry. I'm ready to support him. But for your church to be under me, I cannot do it because God did not instruct me to do so. I know my friend Gabriel is waiting for me to start a church in Zambia. Yes, if God says so. If God does not say so, I cannot come to Zambia to start a church. I'm giving you this kind of example. It's for your own life. Do what God told you to do. Don't do what God does not tell you to do. Is where we are failing. Like women, I want to get married to a rich man. Who told you? You marry the man that God told you to marry. You marry the woman that God told you to marry. You get the job that God told you to get. He knows why He's placing you there. He knows why He's putting you there. You stay in a country where God wanted to be there. He knows why you are in that country. I think this is very, very important because most of the time we are the wrong place that we cannot receive our right channel. There's no network where you are because you are in the wrong place. The day you are going to be in the right place, as you wait upon God, whatever God wants you to achieve, you are going to achieve there where you are. if it's the right place. That I want you, my friend Dixon, was making tiles with me in the church. We do not have money to pay a tiler. He knows where I told him. If we can able to wait where God placed you, stay there, wait there. 5 years or 10 years is okay. But when the day comes, he will make a way where there's no way. He will bring any angels to your rescue. You become Mr. or Mrs. Wonders. Any questions so far? I think my ancestors, Francis Bongo, have a question. Any question? Any question? I think you feel free to ask questions, because I know you have questions. I know. Feel free to ask questions, because our failure starts from there. Are you in the right place at the right time? That's a major question. Where you are, is it okay where God placed you to be? Is where the major challenge is. But if the way God wanted to be, please just wait. I know it's taking time. Everyone is mocking at you. It's true. But if God has placed you there, you shall come to pass. Any question? You know, I bring my own example that you can learn from there. Bring my own example that you can learn from there. That you can understand that was not easy, but when I hear clearly from God, I'll go ahead and do it. I know it's challenging. I still remember the statement the men of the church in Botswana, what they told me. I don't want to mention it here, but people made me too afraid. But I said to them, whatever is going to happen, let it be. It's not me. Yes, Rashida, bring your question. But we have to ask question according to what we are talking about. Don't come out of the subject. Thank you.
Okay. Evening, Prophet.
Evening, madam.
Like me, before I answer the question, I want to talk about what God told me. He showed me the dream, the job where I'm working now, how I'm going to move from there to get promoted. And I think he knew that I'll run away because it got hard, and even it's got even more harder now that he gave me already confirmation through people. But nothing makes sense. And I wonder, why does God's will not make sense at all? I keep telling God, it doesn't make sense. I'm getting tired. But I keep saying, I'm going to keep pushing. It's getting harder and harder.
Are you sure God placed you in this job?
Yes.
Okay. If you place you in this job, if you have that confidence that God put you there, it doesn't matter. Stay there and no one is going to take you out of there.
Amen. Because I'm waiting for promotion, I'm not seeing. Taking years.
No husband also. No husband also.
No,
Even the husband not coming.
No, you keep telling me he's coming back. I don't see. Nothing makes sense. Getting harder.
Okay, in our language say utasiam. You know the meaning. It will come all right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Oh, yes. Anyone else? Let's go. Anyone else? Please feel free to ask questions. I mean, you look like we're joking, but we're moving. We're moving. We're moving. We're moving. We're moving. That we see sometime, I put myself in the shoes that you can get it as you get it from there. Okay, let's go to Pastor Felix. You get it from there. What made this man to endure Yes.
My question is, how can we
Hear
I
from
mean,
God.
how can we discern that is really God that
God
is
is talking.
not because
I will
there
teach.
can be
Thank you. Thank you.
possible.
I will teach about it. I'm just open worms now. I know that many of you are going to understand what I'm talking about. But you see, no one can walk with God without hearing from Him. The hearing from God is more important than anything else. Like you pastors say you're looking for power. But how you're going to sustain the power when you are not being monitored by the owner of the power? Because the owner of the power is no one control the power. It's not you control the power. The power is being given to you, and he's going to tell you how to use the power. Though that is very important. I know what you're talking about. I think I must invite only pastors to have that a certain time that can able to train you how you can discern God's voice. Though I will continue to talk to you, Pastor, I know it's very, very critically, very, very critically, that you see me, many people ask questions like, I'm not moving. I don't move because I do not hear anything. I only move when I hear something. I'll talk to you more. Thank you very much for your question. His question is, how can you discern the voice of God? Anybody can answer us? How can you discern God's voice? Because I said to you yet 4 voices. Same place. 4. Yourself, you talk to yourself. Your environment, the friend, talk to yourself, talk to you. The devil also talk to you, and God talk to you. But all these people talk to you in the same place. But how you're going to discern that is God speaking to you? Anyone? Yes, Ephraim, you want to try? Yes, Isaac, try. How going to discern that God is speaking, not yourself? Because many people, like women, when he sleep is dreaming, getting married. Oh, his imagination. Oh, he saw myself wearing a white gown. His imagination. And many of us, we do imagine like that. Lamborghini, you're driving Lamborghini. Or I say 10 stories house. His imagination is different by God speaking. Anyone else? How can able to identify God's voice? Who can help? Yes, Muchumi, try. How can you identify God's voice? When you hear 4 voices, you speak to yourself, like you say, like I say, example, I say, hey, I own a share of Depchuana. You saw yourself signing. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Prophet.
Yes, sir.
Before I answer the question, I wanted to ask first
Yes.
the question concerning the 4 voices.
Yes.
I wanted to understand the first voice we heard you say is our voice.
Yes, you hear yourself
Our voice,
talking.
like
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. The second one is the neighbor.
Yes.
Which is the outside
Maybe you
voice.
can hear your wife or other people. Yes, you hear the voice. Yes.
the devil voice
Yes.
is those evil thoughts.
Yes. And now the last
And
voice is
God's
God.
voice.
Yes. But all of those
Yeah, the last
voices
voice.
speak to you in the same place. All the 4 voices.
Yeah.
Yes. What a question.
That No, I wanted to know about these voices to confirm it. The voices, my voice, neighbor's voice, devil's voice, and God's voice.
Yes.
Yeah. Because God's voice, when it comes, sometimes it comes when you're least expecting it. Yeah.
No, the voice of God is not you who will tell God to speak to you. He will speak to you if you want to speak to you.
Yeah.
Are you getting there? Though even the time you don't
Yes,
expect is the time He speak to you. Are you getting there?
Mm-hmm.
It's how God speak to
Yes, sir.
the person. It's not say, I'm waiting for God to speak to me. No. You don't wait for God to speak to you. He will speak to you if you want to speak to you. Can
Yes,
be even when, look, the people drives me, they will understand. They'll see me like I'm sleeping. I've gone. But I'm hearing God speaking to me. That sometimes I don't drive a long distance because see me, sometimes gone. I gone. And when I wake up, I will have a message. But now, it did not come overnight. It came because I used to. I become like habit. But when it started, it was not easy for me to identify it. It takes time. And how? One word, my young boy, is the heart. When the heart is available, is only where God can able to use you. But when your heart is very busy, never. Is the availability to God check first, and after that He begin to use you. The voice of God, everyone, God talk to us. All of us, God speak to us. But like you say, you don't know when God speak to you because you don't. It's difficult for you to identify who is talking. Is it God or myself or what to discuss with a friend and now it's coming again, that voice, or what the devil telling me? Because I said to you, all these voices come in one place. And some of them, they look better than God's voice.
Yeah. Because I remember one time when we were in church,
Mm.
I think it was the month of June.
Yes,
So I was at the back of the church.
yes,
We were in front preaching. Oh.
yes.
So something just talked to me like, if we could know what is in front of us,
Yes,
or if our eyes can be open
yes,
to see
yes,
what is in front of us. You were in front of us, you were speaking to us. Right?
yes,
So and somebody just came to me and said, if you could know what is
yes,
in front of you,
yes,
and your eyes be open and
yes,
see
yes,
what is in front of me.
yes.
I get confused because I don't know
You
what's going on
scared?
there. Yeah.
You scared?
Yes.
But you could
Because we were
pursue
in front
it.
preaching.
God could show you something. He wanted to talk to you,
Yes.
tell you about the person that I put there. What is in this
Yes.
person?
Yes.
Oh, next time, don't be scared. It's good to know who you are following. It's very, very important to know who you are following. It's very important. Very, very important. Let me hear from my friend Dixon. Dixon, put Dixon on the screen. I want to speak to him. And I ask question, how did you go to Molopulule? Yeah, Dixon.
My prophet,
How are you?
good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I like the way you put things all the time.
Okay.
My question is, does God always use his voice, or can he use other means of communicating with his people? Maybe with a little story of mine, you can get what I'm trying to say. When I went to WCCC,
Yeah.
I didn't know the place. I was only hearing music from
Yes.
a distance from
Yes.
where I stay.
Yes.
And when I went there,
Yes.
it was a Sunday.
Yes.
There's another church before I reached that obscure place.
Yes. Yes.
And I just passed that place. I don't know how I passed that place, but I went until I reached the WCCC tabernacle.
Yes.
And that is why I'm asking, can God do, is there any other means that God uses to communicate with his people? And since I got there, like when I got there, my prophet, I was weather beaten. Like I think I was older than I look today.
Yes. I know
And
you're
I
very
always
old
thought,
that time, Dixon, and you remember you told me, don't talk to me about women. I've done this business. I'm tired about women. I don't want to talk to me about women. But I'm asking question, how did you go to Moropulo to get a beautiful young woman? That's my question.
and my prophet,
Yes.
how I got there,
Yeah.
I left church. I think on Wednesday, and
Yes.
I just decided to go to Manipula to check her because I had known her before.
Yes.
So I got there. I spoke with her,
Yes.
and when I spoke with her that day,
Yes.
she just told me, I just want somebody that I can marry,
Yes.
and I stop all these other things
Yes.
about myself.
Yes.
And I don't know. I just got married because earlier on, I was dating girls, but when I tried to marry, they
Yes.
will tell me, I'm not the right girl. Please go and find
Find another woman.
your yes.
Oh, my friend Dixon. I knew, WCCC is a home on its own. I know what I'm talking about. John Paul, you must come and visit WCCC. He's been there since 2012, this man. And how he reached the place was not a joke, and he looked very old 12 years ago. But look now, handsome young man. I know what I'm talking about. I was doing tiling of him, and at the time I was talking to him, explaining to him. People don't understand. When you get time, I'm working, we are together, we're working together. You get more revelation than you wait for me in the church. I think he will tell you. Though when at work, when I'm working on site, and I'm able to talk to you, and able to explain too many things, what I speak in church is too short. The time is not there. But when I'm on site, when we're working together, I have a lot and to tell you in personal things that yourself be surprised how I know them. Though it's very important, thank God I always tease him, I thank God for his life, because I said to you, since he knew WCC in 2012, even when I left, I came here, this man, he's still kicking very well. We thank God for your life. God talked to us in different ways, even with dreams and visions. God can still speak to us and can hear his voice. Though what we need is the spirit of discernment to discern, is it God speaking? Because the same way God speaks, the same way the devil speaks to us. Father, I thank you life of your people. As you send me as a messenger to them, there you are talking about how they can hear from you. Open the spiritual ear and speak, settle in their heart. Give them the ability to do it according to your will, to take your instruction and take it seriously, regardless how hard it is, regardless how difficult it is. Let them do it according to your will. Give them the strength that they can able to achieve it as you want them to do, as perfect it is. Father, I thank you even for the life of the people still waiting. Those are still waiting lists. The same way we did to the life of your daughter Angelina, do it for everyone who's in a waiting list that can see, who worship a living God. A God, when he has said, it always come to pass. Father, Lord, are very heavy, very, very heavy. They are dragging their legs because the load become too heavy for them. God, assist them. Because you say, come, those who have a heavy laden. Assist them that they are able to take us to the destiny. I thank you, Lord. As we meet again tomorrow for this wonderful topic, how can hear from you? Let them hear from you, that tomorrow they can be able to testify that they've heard the still voice to our destiny. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name.